So I'm at the grocery store last week, right? And I'm watching this mom grab a box of Lucky Charms while her kid is bouncing off the walls in the cereal aisle. And I'm thinking, in about 10 years of nursing, I've seen this same scene play out in hospital rooms. Kids coming in with behavior issues, adults with metabolic disorders, families wondering why they feel terrible all the time. Here is the thing. This might surprise you. A lot of those colorful cereals, snacks, and drinks we grew up with, they're about to get the boot. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is now Secretary of Health and Human Services, and he is targeting over 30 ingredients that are already banned in places like England and France. They call it Make America Healthy Again. Now, I don't care what you think about politics at all. What I care about is what I have seen in my nursing career and what the science shows about these ingredients. So let's talk about what is getting banned and why it matters for your health, and honestly, why this is long overdue. Let's start with the obvious one. The food dyes. You know, those bright colors that make Skittles look like little rainbows. Red 40, yellow 5, blue 1. They sound like paint codes because, well, they basically are, right? I remember working pediatrics and seeing kids coming in after birthday parties. Parents will say, well, I don't know what happened. He was fine, then he had some cake and juice, and all of a sudden, he's climbing the walls. Can you relate? Or have you witnessed this? These dyes have been linked to hyperactivities in kids. And I'm not talking about some French study here. This is solid research that got the same ingredients banned across Europe years ago. But here in America, we are still putting those strawberry pot tarts your kids beg for, the Gatorade you grab after workout, even a regular mac and cheese from the box. And get this, they spray even citrus red too directly onto the orange peel to make them look more orange. I mean, come on. We are literally painting our food here. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. You know, the next batch of ingredients are under review. These are the ones that really got my attention as a nurse. Titanium dioxide. It is in your gum, Trident gum, your frosted donuts, even some salad dressings. It is literally the same stuff they use to make paint white. Then there is brominated vegetable oil, BVO. It is in Mountain Dew and a bunch of citrus sodas. Here is the kicker though. It is also used as a flame retardant. So we are essentially drinking fire retardant. And glyphosate, Roundup weed killer, it is showing up in our wheat, our oats, even our coffee. I had patients asking me why they felt so bloated and tired all the time. Well, if you're eating weed killer residue with your morning toast, look, I am not trying to scare you here, but in nursing, we are trained to connect the dots. And these dots, they are not pretty at all. This one hits close to home. High fructose corn syrup isn't just sugar. It is sugar on steroids. In my years working with diabetic patients, I saw the same pattern over and over again. People would come in with fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, that stubborn belly fat that won't budge no matter what they try to do. When we go through the diet, high fructose corn syrup was everywhere. Not just in soda, it is in ketchup, salad dressing, bread, even supposedly healthy granola bars. Your liver can only process so much fructose at once. Think of it like a traffic jam. When you flood it with this stuff, it starts converting the excess directly to fat. So the scariest part is I started seeing kids like 8, 9 years old coming in with fatty liver disease. Kids, can you imagine? Their liver looked like those in middle-aged alcoholics, except they have never touched a drop of alcohol. How sad is that? All right, now let's talk about the seed oil situation. Okay, this is where I really need you to pay close attention. Seed oils, canola, soybean, sunflower, safflower, they are in everything. And I mean everything. Restaurant foods, packaged snacks, even things labeled heart healthy. Here's what I learned that changed everything for me. These oils are incredibly unstable, so they go rancid easily, especially when heated. And rancid oil in your body is like rust in your engine. I had this patient who seemed really healthy, couldn't understand why she had joint pain and felt exhausted all the time. So we went through her diet, and she was eating what she thought was healthy food. Lots of salads with bottle dressing, baked chips, restaurant meals, all loaded with these oils. Here is the thing that really gets me. These oils get incorporated into your cell membranes and stay there for almost 2 years. So every inflammatory meal you eat today is affecting your health until 2027. This is crazy. Now, you know what really opened my eyes during this nursing career? Working in different units, emergency room, cardiac, endocrine, and seeing the same faces over and over again. We spend more on healthcare in this country than most countries in the entire economy. $4.5 trillion a year, and yet we are sicker than ever. I remember this one patient, sweet lady, and she will come in for diabetes, then heart issues, then complications from her medications, right? And she would always ask, how did I get so sick? So I tried to eat healthy, but healthy according to who, really, right? So the same industry that profits when we are sick. I'm not saying it is some grand conspiracy here, but where you are trained to look at the systems like nurses are, you start seeing patterns, right? So cheap foods make people sick, and sick people buy expensive medicine. It is like a cycle. Okay, look, I am not going to give you some impossible list of things to do. I am a nurse, not a perfectionist. So start simple. Shop the perimeter of the grocery store. That is where the real food lives. Read labels. If it has more than 5 ingredients or ingredients that you can't even pronounce, maybe skip it. When you eat out, ask them to cook your food with butter or olive oil instead of the regular cooking oil. Most places will do it if you ask nicely. And here's the trick I learned. Keep it really simple. An apple is an apple. Chicken is chicken. You don't need a PhD in nutrition to eat real food. The goal isn't perfection, it is progress. So I've seen too many people give up because they think they have to overhaul the entire life overnight. I know some of you might be thinking, this is just political. And yes, RFK Jr. is a polarizing figure, right? I get it. But here's what I learned in nursing. Your body doesn't care about politics. It doesn't care what party you vote for. It cares about what you put in it. I have taken care of Democrats and Republicans with the same metabolic diseases. I've seen liberal and conservative kids with the same behavioral issues after eating the same junk food. Our food system is making us sick regardless of our political beliefs. And honestly, it is about time anybody decided to do something about it. And hey, if you find this video helpful, share it with someone who might need to hear this also, right? because the more people who know this stuff, the better we will all get. Look, I became a nurse because I wanted to truly help people get better. But after almost a decade in nursing, I realized that the real healing happens will even need a hospital bed. It happens in grocery stores. It happens in your kitchens and in the daily choices we make. You don't need to wait for the government to ban these ingredients. You can ban them from your own kitchen right now. So if you want that list of ingredients to avoid or some simple food swaps that actually taste good, drop swap in the comment and I will send you the link. If this video opened your eyes to what is really in our food supplies, you're going to want to watch my next video right here where I break down my complete anti-inflammatory food guide. This is not just a list. It is a practical roadmap that shows you exactly which food to prioritize to reduce inflammation, boost your energy, and support your body's natural healing processes. So take care and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.